Hello and welcome to Season 6 of Dotto Tech. This new season promises to be an interesting journey, and we are going to kick things off with a show that I have been dying to make all summer long. Today, we're going to look at Facebook and at HP's Touchsmart PC. I want to show you how a computer can become the center of all family activities and how a web service has become the social center for extended families and friends. All in all, it is a fitting start to our new season. So let us jump right in. Families, they're dynamic organizations. Everyone's got busy schedules. You're constantly coming and going and coming. Which night is soccer practice? Who's taking who to piano lessons? When is the vet appointment? It's hard to keep track of who's going where and who's going when. Now, one saving grace is having a center of activity like our kitchen. But how do you organize your family in the kitchen? There's no computer in there. Well, not until now. HP's decided it was high time for a PC to be built for the kitchen, so they came up with this. This is HP's Touchsmart PC IQ770, and its destination? Kitchens across the nation, although it will fit into other rooms as well. When we take a look at the IQ770, we see that it is built completely clutter-free. There are virtually no cables. Wireless rules the day with this computer. There's a power cable in the back, and that's pretty much it as far as cabling's required. It uses Wi-Fi for connectivity to the internet, which is built in, and Bluetooth for connecting to all peripherals like the keyboard and mouse. Now take a look at this screen. It's a 19-inch wide screen BrightView LCD, which is a brilliant display. Now the BrightView technology works great in a variety of lighting conditions, and since you don't have control over ambient light in your kitchen, you need the brightest, most vibrant display possible, and this is a gorgeous display. 19 inches widescreen means that it's great for viewing movies and other media because it's also your media center PC, your PVR, so you'll be watching television and movies on it occasionally. Now there's one other thing to the screen that makes it special, and the fact is it is a touch screen as well, meaning that we can access all of the different controls on the Touchsmart through the touch screen interface, which gives us a lot more flexibility when we look at how it lives with us in the kitchen. Now let's take a look at some of the other features on the outside. It also has, besides being touchscreen, it also can use a pen interface, which is great if you're occasionally having to make notes or navigate through and you don't want to use your finger. If we look along the bezel here, we find it has a camera and stereo input for microphones. So we can use it for video conferencing and for making fun little videos, for doing annotation, for adding voice notes. All of that is controlled right here. Moving on around, it's got a great set of speakers, which is important if you're watching movies or you're watching television or you're playing back music. It's your media center as well, so we need good speakers built in as well. Now, when we move down to the very bottom, we find that we've got a DVD player and burner, which also includes LightScribe technology. LightScribe is the technology that will allow us to label discs, so you can burn your own DVDs and then label them all within the drive. Now this, as I mentioned, is a media center PC, so we have a remote control, so we can use it for PVR functionality. We can use the remote to change channels, to record shows, to play back music, all those sorts of things with our remote. Now moving along the bottom here, we also find we have media card slots, which will allow us to take our media cards out of digital cameras or MP3 players and insert them here. And then we have a little cable connection here where we can plug in things like DVD players, or we can plug in camcorders. We also have FireWire and USB connections in here. On the side of the monitor are television controls that allow us to turn up and down the volume or change channels if we're watching TV. And then we have a media drive bay, which will allow us to put removable hard drives in, so that if we're using it as a personal video recorder, recording a lot of video, then we can back it up and move that around. And finally, we can add one of HP's PhotoSmart portable printers to the mix, which turns the whole station into a little photo kiosk in your kitchen. It's a very cool addition, and I'll show you how that fits a little later. That's the outside of the IQ770. Now, after a quick break, we're going to let our fingers do the talking. It is going to be a touching experience.